to me, Finn Owls is probably the storyline of the week. Like how unique, how different, how surprising, but not surprising.
Yeah.
To me, that's like him taking a day off. People think, oh, he's got less runs, he's got this. If he had tried to ride that day properly, he'd probably just hurt his confidence. Okay, my hand's not strong enough. I'm not feeling good in these lines. Like it's almost like ignorance was bliss at that stage, getting to a final.
He said he knew if he rode that day, he would blow his hand off the bar and he would end up with a bigger crash that would affect the rest of his season more. So he was willing to maybe get a slightly worse result here rather than push on that Saturday and potentially ruin his whole season. So he made a smart choice. And then you never know with racing. Obviously, more runs is better, but you never know. Like him having skipped that Saturday, he didn't get super comfortable with how the woods are running and the lines and everything. So he basically, it was a fresh start for everyone on Sunday morning, and he was the most rested up. And he also he knew that with having the least practice, he had to run intermediate tires where a lot of other guys were like, oh, what do I run? Because it's, the motorway, you can bleed speed on slow rolling tires. But he knows he's already got the magic button. He had a really good exit line, probably the fastest exit out of the stumps out of anyone, which set him up for the next minute of track. And so he happily rode intermediate, like pretty aggressive intermediates in the woods. So he didn't have to have any mental doubt. Yet, as he said, he literally ran into the woods going quite quick and forgot he had done the two new lines that he practiced that morning. Because on the Friday, he was running the steep drop. He was running the mid-straight, the straight inside high line to the right. And then Sunday morning, he practiced the safer, wider one with the catch berm that a couple of people still, blew off the back of. But in his race run, he forgot which line he was meant to be on, and he ran the ones that he was practicing on Friday, which, who knows, that some of it helped him because it was a bit quicker if he could ride with confidence. And, and his chat with me basically just illustrates how important your mental self-belief and your game and also just the preparation for a big season and how strong that crash. He said, if you're not built like a brick house, those crashes are just going to affect you that much more. And he said he slept so much on the Saturday, his body was just his hand was the one that got hurt, but when you hit the ground that hard, it's like whole body's getting hurt, So he did a smart thing, and he's definitely not the young, dumb, Finn from ages ago. He's like a super calculated racer, and they got the whole sort of team stood behind him, and it's obviously the perfect ending to the story for him. Maybe the perfect one would have been him beating Loic, but he's got to be happy with that result.
No, he was, and obviously it's a bit of a surprise, and there's so many things to unpack, and he'll probably realize later, less is more, quality over quantity. These guys know that already. But it's interesting because sometimes you override a track, you make a few more mistakes, now you start doubting a line. You sort of, trauma's maybe not the right word, but some sections can create trauma for a rider. And then you're over worrying about that and you're not focusing on the rest of the track. And for someone like Finn, there was distractions. He's not even thinking about lines. He's not thinking about, can he win? Will he get a podium? Will he beat Loic? I know he doesn't think about that anymore. I'm joking, but he's just distracted. It's beware the injured rider. It's one of those things again, expectations drop. You're focusing on just the exact important things. Like, let me get the body to the start line. Let me get relaxed. Let me simplify my lines. Okay, my mechanic's taking care of my bike setup. I can't even ride the thing in practice. I'll just tell him what I hope I need. I mean, it's brilliant. And he said it. Loic said it. Well, Loic said it more than him. The conditions were technically probably faster for Loic in spots.